come on in and join us.
We have a soap today for the ladies from Stirling Soap Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And from Broadway's company, this is Elaine Stritch. And together we are the
Barbershop
Duet. Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks from all over the world hanging out. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to show you Cola Cream Dream from Dua. Here are the scent notes. Cola, vanilla ice cream, citrus, caramel, tonka bean, musk, and sandalwood.
Y'all, I grew up with a Coca-Cola inspired bedroom that started out as a small collection on one shelf, but as soon as all my friends and neighbors found out I was collecting Coca-Cola stuff, they all emptied their attics and garages, and I ended up having a minor museum in my bedroom growing up, and I could not have been happier. And somehow the taste, the smell of Coca-Cola defined the 80s for me. And if I could have sprayed this stuff all over that room, I would have. This smells amazing. And I hate to say, it smells like the actual Coca-Cola TM syrup, but it really does. I don't even sense that much vanilla in here. And what a treat at bedtime. What do you get from this?
You know, it's interesting. The citrus in this version, I think because that there's a vanilla ice cream portion in there, it helps the citrus have more of a voice. Like, that's the lasting note for me.
Right. And all of the other Dua Gourmands that we have are somehow molded, shaped gently into a fine perfume. But this one is pretty much exactly my childhood memories, and I'm loving this. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Evie, which is fruity and floral, so I'm excited for this.
And along with Queen of Hearts and Witchy Woman, one of the Stirling soaps designed for the ladies. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, from the sales page at stirlingsoap.com.
A clean, citrus, fresh, floral, fruity scent.
Hold on, that's like 9 soaps in one.
It's not too sweet, and it's a whole lot of nice.
Wait, okay, now this is why I'm curious about Evie. How do you read those beginning scent notes and not come away with a super sweet soap?
But even sweet stuff, which we had before, to me, it's not overwhelmingly sweet.
No, it's not. The sweet is the vibe, but not the intensity.
Notes include everything from mango, strawberry, grapefruit, apple, and lime to freesia, lily of the valley, vanilla, amber, musk, and tonka bean.
Okay, now it feels like 2 different soaps.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to see how these are coming together. It's its own mashup.
We double-checked the Thirsty Badger page, and this does not seem to be an homage.
And if you want to check and see if your soap is an homage to a famous cologne or EDP, go to thirstybadger.ca. He has the best database in the business. And his wife makes great bowls. And a little look underneath the hood. Rod and Mandy are quite surprised at how popular some of the female-centered soaps are with the gentlemen. They sell more Duchess than they do Duke. So we'll see how far this one blows our skirts up when we open the box. All right, y'all, there's a rich moose hiding in here, too, so you did not see that one. Which one? Ah, yeah, you did not see this one. This is coming up in a future episode, but you did see this little lady hiding over there. Look at that beautiful color, that teal. That is one of your favorite colors of all time.
Is.
Did I get menthol in the splash? No, I did. And it looks like, hey, y'all, there is a special sample of one of their bar soaps for y'all. We will be sending this out to one of you, and it looks like this is a sample of their very best seller, Executive Man, an homage to Aventus by Creed. Oh, I kind of hope it smells like that color. Here are our perfect friends, and it is time for your first impression. All right, pop it open. Let's see what we get. I have been waiting for this one for months. I am excited.
Most of the gents have asked us to do this one because they're curious also. I think we have Mango Sunrise, which has mango. I don't know if it had strawberry, but some of those fruits. But then this busts out all those florals, so I am intrigued.
There you go. And boys, if you don't want the side eye when the mail comes with all your shaving stuff, involve your beloved in the hobby. Blame it on her.
They have lotions and other stuff too. I wonder why it's called Evie.
Ooh. I don't know. The only Evie character that my brain can think of was a show that was on Channel 2 at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday.
And then Eva from WALL-E.
That's close.
Close. No more
All
stalling.
right, take it in. See what you get.
Ooh, nice full pour, my friends.
Now, is this kind of fruit punch? I wonder if this might be a little close to Witchy Woman. Who knows?
I would say in intensity, yes.
Yeah?
It's got a good potency in here, my friends.
Nice! I've kind of heard this is on the lighter side, no?
No, it's more intense. Like the intensity I would put up next to Witchy Woman. Like the potency
Oh,
is
yeah,
there.
all right. What do you get?
I think the floral is sticking with me more than the fruity side, but there's something that is like a nostalgia to my childhood, which I think is more the fruity fun kind of side. Okay, I'm glad we're opening this now because it is officially spring, but this to me is a spring jumping into summer kind of a scent.
Oh, nice.
So the fruity sides, but the floral sides are more the spring for me right now, and then that I can't pick out what fruits are in here, but they're the sweeter, more candy-like fruits.
Right.
So I get why it's the mango, the strawberry, those kind of ones. I there's definitely a citrus in there, but those two help the florals not get too pretty.
Right.
They're more like the vibrant springtime kind of colors
Right.
is what I'm going with.
Now, because you said this was something from your childhood, perhaps, sometimes fruit accords can be familiar. Fruit striped gum is a fruit accord. Hawaiian punch is a fruit accord. Is it possible that there's something from your childhood that was a little bit fruity, a little bit gourmandy, that is being kind of homaged in there?
I think it's more like the lotions and stuff when I was younger. They would always have a fruit and maybe a floral thing in there, so it was kind of teenagery but different.
Right.
Here it's more the mature version of those, but it's reminiscent of that for me.
Gotcha. Rod and Mandy have a great way of putting the smell of fun into a soap.
This is fun. I feel like I have to be putting this on to go do something fun. Like if
right.
I was going to the pool, or if I was going to go out and put like a flowy dress on and we were on an adventure somewhere, or going to the beach. Like there's something in this that's adventure and fun built in.
And you know the funny thing, too, about scent and memory? A lot of times I will grab a shaving soap and I'll smell it from our den, and not just the scent, but that entire period of my life will come back to me. And I can kind of sense with a little bit of time now between me and that time in my life how happy I was, how stressed I was, what I was going through. I even remember classes I was taking, music I was listening to. Scent can bring back an entire era for me. So I love when you send something from your childhood, because who knows what that's sparking or what else it might bring with it.
Yeah, to me, it's almost like a spring break or summer kind of a vibe. I don't know what era. Maybe I was going off to Marine World, to the amusements parks or something.
Right.
But there's an adventure and a fun to this.
Now, is it feminine, or is it more like Duchess where the guys are going to love it too? What are you thinking?
You know, I think it's pointing towards feminine, but because it's done with the more white, lighter florals and with fruits, like things that you gents could enjoy too,
Right.
I totally get why you might want to steal it as well. Like we've had Queen of Hearts in the shower forever that we both enjoy. You know, like there's parts in both of them. Like to me, what it's reminiscing might be different for you when you take a whiff.
I'll put on that EDT at Queen of Hearts. I have no fear. I'm excited to smell this.
I think my brain keeps getting like a mandarin floral.
Wow.
It's not Arance mandarini.
Right.
It's not saguaro blossom, but there's parts in those that could be really good friends with this.
Gotcha. So how feminine is it for you on a scale of Marilyn Monroe to Dame Edna?
Oh. I'm gonna say like 4. 3.5, 4.
Hey, that's pretty feminine.
Yeah, I actually think, at least from where I'm sitting, I would consider this more my lane.
That's at least Joan Crawford. Betty Davis, like 7.
It's funny, my brain is still throwing this back to like my teenage years. Probably like when I first had a car and I had my lotions on, the windows down, you could smell it. Like it's kind of that era for me.
All right, I want to take this in and see what memories it might stir from me.
I'm curious. I really am curious why it's named Evie too. It's fun.
Beautiful pour, y'all. They are more than generous. Stirling soap. I swear, sometimes we get these, there's like 8 ounces in.
There's nothing too pokey or in your face about this. My brain keeps going back and forth, so I'm curious what whiff you're going to get first.
Here we go, taking it in. Oh, you were absolutely right about Saguaro Blossom and Arance Mandarini, but wait a minute. This is a great divergence from those two, and here's how. Those two start building up the sweet rather early. Super white, super floral, super sweet, and then when they get here, they take a right-hand turn, but they stay very sweet, and they give the personality of their individual flowers. With Saguaro Blossom, that cactus flower, this does something different. It starts the same way, building up a sweet floral, and just about the time that my nose is like, okay, I don't want that to go much sweeter, but Saguaro Blossom does, this doesn't, and it takes a left-hand turn and it goes fruity instead. The sweet plateaus, but it plateaus using berries. It plateaus using herbs. It plateaus using natural sweets. And it doesn't get too sweet for my nose. That is the only part of those two specifically that get a little pokey for me, is that sweet and how they're doing it. But this doesn't. And it's not like they just added florals to Duchess. This is different. This is crafted to be more delicate, more friendly, more clever in how that left turn takes you from the florals to the fruits. Well, what a better metaphor for spring into summer is flowers becoming fruit. That's what my backyard did every year. Blossoms came first, then the fruits came.
Yep.
Y'all, that's all here. Oh, and what's cool is it takes you from early summer with the blossoms just starting to burst on the tree all the way through late summer where you can almost sense that fruit being so ripe it wants to fall off the vine and start fermenting.
It's funny, it doesn't have to be hot outside to me. I know the sun's out smelling these, but I don't feel like I have to be in Florida or in California necessarily.
And I don't think the flowers get any sweeter than like a honeysuckle. Like that's where they plateau, because florals can get awfully sweet awfully quick. Talk to a funeral director's kid. In the middle is this lovely sense of almost a fruit punch, but it's not. What are you getting where those florals and those fruits are coming together?
It's interesting that you said fruit punch, because I think my brain was getting more like a lemonade or a sorbet. Like it's not as sugary sweet. It's more the natural sweet sides of them. I feel like everything in this, that their pokey edges were all rounded. Where normally it could get too sweet or too sour or too floral, if that could be a thing. Like somehow the way that they're blended here, they get along super well.
My brain shows me it walking a tightrope. If it stumbled in one direction or the other, this balance wouldn't work. But y'all, it's perfect. And if you'd like to see a Stirling lather being made live and in color, come along with us. We're going to look at some scent notes. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at stirlingsoap.com.
So now reading this first little sentence makes so much more sense. A clean citrus, check. A fresh floral, check. And a fruity scent, check.
That's why I said it was 3 soaps in one.
It's like how a real sherbet shows up. It's got all the 3 little
Right,
sheds.
it's spumoni, it's rainbow sherbet. It's not too sweet and a whole lot of nice. Well, that's very true. And it's kind of funny how sweet this isn't. Because look, every single scent note is pretty sweet. This isn't.
Mango, strawberry, grapefruit, apple, mixed with lime. That's the fruity chunk. And they all get together wonderfully. They almost create a different type of fruit in here somehow.
And the lime is almost being used as top notes so that those first 4 could be the real personality of this. It's like the lime on top, the grapefruit underneath. And those are rather quiet. The big stars here for me are the mango, the strawberry, and the apple.
It's funny. I think I'm getting more the mango, the grapefruit, and the apple.
Oh.
The strawberry's a little quieter for me.
Oh, see, for me, I'm getting where that strawberry almost borders rose because they are related.
On to the florals. We have freesia, lily of the valley, which I think I get that one throughout my whole whiff. Somehow that bounces into the fruit chunk back and forth.
Absolutely. And y'all, sometimes if there's a little too much freesia in here, that starts poking at me after 2 or 3 hours, especially if I start to get hungry. The amount of freesia in here is brilliant. Just turned up enough where it's going to segue the sweets of those fruits into these florals. And then finally, we got these beautiful base notes going on, which I do sense as the lower part of this ice cream sandwich. Vanilla, amber, powdery-ish, maybe a little vanilla-ish, and tonka bean, vanilla's best friend. What do you sense in those?
That is the outro. I feel like the vanilla, amber, musk, tonka bean.
Right.
Those 4 have to be in here so that the other few don't get too sweet or too floral.
And I bring you glad tidings of great joy. If you need the base of this to be powder, it totally is. Not just a little, not just in your imagination. There's powder in this. And what better way to help discover that than building a lather? Would you like to talk about this new brush and how awesome it is?
Yes, I really enjoyed. I finally got my own Stirling brush, and it is so soft, and the splay on this still has a wonderful backbone.
My Stirling 22mm brush is the best $12 I have ever spent in this hobby. And whenever I see this bowl, I always think of the fortune teller in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Doesn't that look like it should have a crystal ball on top? Where did you get this gorgeous bowl?
This is from Haley's Artisan.
Right. They're the ones that make my Saturday morning sprinkles bowl. All right, would you like to tell these good folks, in case they're newbies, how to make a lather here at the barbershop?
So all that water he sprayed over the soap trickled down to the bottom, and now I take a dry brush to the soap. We go one direction, and then we go the other way. Feel like it's picking up some of that soap on the bristles. And then you rotate the brush 25% and keep going. Get a new crop of bristles to soak up a little bit of that soap in there.
The whole idea of turning the brush is to give a new orientation to that soap that hasn't been applied to it before. And pretty soon, most of the soap's going to be there on the brush, not in the bowl anymore.
And then after the majority of that soap is all stuck on the bristles, you go down and get the water and start to build the lather.
Now, sometimes water just fills out the scent a little bit. Sometimes the lather can change it rather dramatically. What are you getting in the lather?
Oh, I think it's blending more, actually. I'm very curious to do a side-by-side because I feel like I've been eased into this transition a little more.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is something you will only find here on the Barbershop Duet. This is the Adam and Evie whiff. On 3, 1, 2. Oh, there's apple in here. Oh!
Right?
That's a little more saguaro blossom now.
Yeah, a little less sweet. Whoa. Maybe a little, you think?
It's right where the flowers and the fruits are coming together. That's just like kind of blowing up in there. That's beautiful.
Yeah, but that base, I feel like the sweetness of the vanilla is actually kind of jumping between those a little more.
And that sense of powder in here from the tonka bean is what is saving it. Almost the powder from White Diamonds. If you remember that, oh, please put it in the comments.
Or even like the amber, there's something in the middle of this that's really working.
Beautiful.
It's a little harder for me to pull apart the fruits in here now. I know that there's fruits in here, but they almost blend so well, it's hard to figure them out.
Almost if you put Witchy Woman and Duchess together. Y'all.
Ah,
right?
Interesting.
Right?
I wouldn't say you're completely wrong.
Right. As someone who's used to being completely wrong, that is a great accolade. And I know we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, but you might want to see how this fabulous 5-star Stirling lather coats the face. And y'all, just like this. The best shave I ever had in my life was with a Stirling lather. Y'all, would you like a little of this with your new brush? Oh, it's just beautiful.
Does this brush feel different than yours? Yours is
It does.
smaller,
It does.
right?
My bristles are a little bit more firm.
Yeah, I'd
a little
say
bit more
that.
scritchy on the face, which I like because it kind of helps me exfoliate a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes you explain it like a pencil, like it's more that direct where you put the brush thing. It's just super refreshing. I feel like I just had an ice cold lemonade.
Right, and you wouldn't think these scent notes, the first thing you'd think of would be refreshing, but it absolutely is. Y'all, the apple does not fall far from the tree. We're gonna have to take this a little bit deeper.
So before we open the splash here, how much would you say this is on the masculine to feminine side now that we lathered it up?
Good question. Hold on. I'd put this about 60 to 70% on the female side, but hold on a second. This is more like the female character that you'd like to spend some time with in your shaving mirror. Your favorite aunt, an Angela Lansbury from Bedknobs and Broomsticks kind of a feel to this person. Just somebody you'd like to hang out with for a while.
I feel like you immediately would be laughing and smiling. Like there's just something about that scent that brings that energy out for me.
And the soap has its way of adding its own characteristics and frequencies to the scent. Sometimes there's 20 to 30% new things for me to discover in the splash, but it requires me to get this off. Rod, you're gonna kill me. I've asked Rod for 2 new lids in the last 3 weeks because I've broken 2 of mine, but this one's not my fault, Rod. This came broken. Can you send me a new lid?
What's going on the dog?
Right, chin chin. Oh! I shaved this morning. The burn is still there, boys. Oh! Whoa!
Ew.
That's different. That's half different.
I just got like a melony, citrusy something.
I went the other way. I got more powders and masculine flowers.
What? It
Whoa!
broadened its horizons.
Wait. This is quite different. This is nowhere near Saguaro Blossom now.
No, I'm with you. Is it the freesia? What's making this so different?
For me, the fruits take on their own silhouette of somebody completely new and different here. Whoa.
Okay, well, I'm glad we smelled the splash.
It's kind of apple. It's kind of plum. Ooh.
If you could take your most favorite gummy bear and turn it into the most bougie perfume version possible, there's something in that I hopefully can translate.
She's not wrong. Am I crazy? Or just a tiny bit of like a cedar at the very end for this just to sit on a tiny bit, a tiny hint of a sandalwood, just something like that to give it a little bit of a spice.
No, I'm with you. And I feel like that's why, whatever that end little part is, that a lot of the gents enjoy this one. Something at the end of that, I think really is helping bring that part. The fancier side, the more cologne-ish side is in there. Now I feel like I'm walking down the aisles of Nordstrom or something. Like there's something in this that got turned up.
And see, for me, here's what I love. I would think that when I see a female scent, it's going to be a little bit reminiscent of those lotions I grew up with from my mom and my sister in the 80s. Y'all, nothing could be further from that. I know those scent notes are the same, fruits, florals, but the quality of these, the care put into these, they are not generic notes. There's actual strawberry I can sense in this. There's actual apple I can sense in this. There's freesia I can actually sense in this. It's beautiful.
I feel like I would put this on to go wine tasting in Napa or something. Like there's just something that just turned up in the splash in such a cool way.
And I kind of love that I don't sense that it's an homage to an EDP. I love that I am sensing this as an original scent from the shaving soap world, which for me are a little different and have a little more charm in them.
There's nothing that I would turn up or turn down. No. Whatever this blend is, you nailed with how all the best parts of the fruits and the florals are interacting, and then adding the tonka bean and that musk and the amber side. It has a full whiff throughout that just keeps changing.
I could see us naming our next Cavalier Evie.
Right?
Such a sweet name.
I feel like that'd be a good name.
My grandmother should have named her poodle Witchy Woman.
I do feel like this is one of those ones I may want in the EDT just because of the layers that's coming through here. I feel like I'd want that dry down and be able to spend more time with this.
And y'all, when you do start by looking for the fruits, you get one adventure, but when you start by looking for the powder, you get a whole nother adventure in front of you.
Like, I feel like this is a scent my sister, myself, and my mom would all enjoy for different reasons.
Right.
Like, there's just fun sides of this that all three of us, I think, would enjoy.
So round and perfect in its balance. I can see why this has been on the sales page since the moment we started our show. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus, Sarah, and Lainey as spring begins to wash over the San Francisco Bay Area. You're going to be enjoying your Stirling Clubman. You're going to be loving that Rich Mousse soap. But just about the time Easter hits today, you're going to need something a little bit more floral, a little bit more like spring. And believe me, Evie is going to help you get your own. Head over to stirlingsoap.com where you can find this and a wide range of other products.
I am back from my shave with Evie, and we are wonderful friends now. I enjoyed this shave. The lather was wonderful, but the splash has a fun part to this after too. Sometimes I get more of the whiff of the florals, sometimes the fruitiness comes through, but I enjoy having both sides to this scent to spend more time with. It's perfect for spring and summer, so I'll be back to use this soon.
Welcome to Messages.
So for our May giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $20 to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to We Sent You at the Barbershop Duet so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first June episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
Y'all, I am generally very impressed by Stirling Soap Company, but I'm supremely impressed with Evie. I love this.
I think that's the fourth time you put it on.
I know.
That's how you know if it's a good one. You just keep layering more and more.
Where do you rate this among your Stirling female line of soaps?
Ooh, it's definitely rocketing up higher than I was expecting. I mean, I was waiting to open this one because I was kind of hoping it'd be doing that, but I might have to go rearrange the order of how I have mine stacked in the shelf.
And if you are of the male persuasion and you have gotten your nose on this, or a few more of the female lines with Stirling, let us know how you like it or how the females in your household do. And Kenny, Angelo, Eric, we certainly don't know what we did to deserve those supers last weekend, but we are certainly grateful. It takes a little of the stress off the wedding fund.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.